Yes. Yes, Thomas. I'm going to show you guys what I've done with this Steam Deck. Okay, so it's nothing crazy, nothing special, all right? I didn't like the fact of the matter that you have to pull this whole thing apart to get to the SSD and swap it out. I wanted to put an SSD in it, but for some reason, this particular Steam Deck does not like accepting large SD cards. And I'm not too sure as to why it doesn't want to accept it. It likes to brick the SD cards. I've gone through like multiple different brands, name brands, of course. Keep that in mind. And it has never, ever once gotten one to work except for a 60 gigabyte model. Now, keep in mind, this is the 64 gigabyte model of the Steam Deck. So, I wanted to show you guys that there was an update a while ago, or not too long ago, I'm not too sure, that you can hook up external hard drives to the deck. And that's what these wires are in the back. Let me turn the screen off real quick so that you guys can see. I don't want to be touching all this stuff while it's downloading games. But if I flip it upside down, this is an HDMI port, okay? So it just plugs directly in, and it can go from USB to USB 3.0. The reason why I have this dongle is it was sitting around, and I used it for the Nintendo Switch when I owned it. So I could travel with the Nintendo Switch and plug it into the TV when I traveled around and did my own things. Because I travel from state to state often. But the Steam Deck, I want it to be my permanent companion when it comes to traveling. So I grabbed this, and I grabbed an old external hard drive that I had. It's not super old. It just never got really used. So it's a 1 terabyte model. And I hooked it up to this, and I got this hooked up to here, and ran the partition stuff, the programs and stuff that you need to put on the drive and everything like that to make everything run the right way so that you can install games and stuff. So, all I did was, this is a Western Digital drive. Your fingers avoid the wires, so your fingers don't ever touch the wires really when you're gaming. It doesn't really cause much of a big issue. I'm going to be playing Elden Ring probably most of the time on this anyways, but I know it's a little janky, but I didn't want to spend a bunch of money on this process, and I didn't want to dump any more money into the Steam Deck that I already have, which is the initial price for the product. So I bought it. I bought the 64 gigabyte model because I don't have a lot of money, and that's what I got. And I've got a few extra things sitting around, so I'm making it do. I'm making do with what it is. And it works. It has full functionality. So if I go to the Steam menu here, I already have done all the stuff. It's kind of a process to get an external drive to work because you have to format it as an ext4, I think. And then you go through the command console and set up a password and all sorts of stuff. There's plenty of tutorials out there for that. I'm not savvy enough to explain that to you. But if we go down here to storage, got internal storage, and now it is not showing up. So I didn't have to do anything to get it to continue installing its games. I'm not too sure what I did. Maybe when it goes to sleep, it takes a second for it to detect that drive. So I did turn it off and turn it back on as well. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe it just had some stuff to figure out because it did it by itself. It started installing the games that I wanted it to install. So like I said before, I'm going to be playing Elden Ring on this, and hopefully I can get a lot more use out of the Steam Deck, and I'll be able to enjoy it a lot more because I bought it and I haven't really touched it. And the reason why I haven't touched it is because I don't have a lot of storage. So, if you guys think this idea is kind of neat, at least maybe save you a little bit of extra money. If you have some stuff laying around, you can do it. It works for anything, 4, 8, 10, 12 terabyte drives. It doesn't matter. But that's all I have to say, so you guys have a good day.